The following podcast series was recorded between January and December of 2015. Originally hosted on the Horophilia Podcast Network, it is now transitioned to the Podcast Under the Stairs Collective. Myself and Andy Blockley would like to extend our gratitude once again to Jason Lloyd at the Horophilia Podcast Network for giving this podcast an opportunity to stay on that network for a couple of years and accumulate hundreds of downloads and great communication with legions of fans. The next instalment of the Doing the Nasty podcast, looking at the DPP third tier movie list, will start January 2020. Duncan McLeish will be joined by Mark Ball, who will be replacing Andy Blockley on this podcast, and will release one episode each month covering 2 films from the Tier 3 DPP Video Nasty list. But until that season drops, please enjoy these archives.
Nasty.
They were called Nasties, and they were nasty.
Some of the things that we've seen are so horrific.
These films not only affect young people, but I believe they affect adults as well.
An extravaganza of gory violence capable of depraving and corrupting those who watched it.
I have never seen the Video Nasty. I wouldn't. I actually don't need to see what I know is in that film.
And welcome to episode number 6 of Doing the Nasty podcast. I am one of your hosts, Duncan McLeish from the podcast Under the Stairs. Joining me as always, the co-host with the most, Mr. Andy Blockley from Big Horror and Little Podcast. How are you doing, sir?
How are you doing, mate? Yeah, I'm really good, thanks.
I'm doing great. And listen to that clean, clear connection.
So crisp.
So crisp.
For the listeners, I've had to come to my dad's house because my internet connection has been so bad for the last 2 episodes. I've drove 30 minutes just so it's nice and crystal clear and not dropping out.
That's dedication for you.
Dedication.
Yep, dedication to the cause, to talk about some nasty movies on this podcast. I mean, we're on episode number 6 already. And on this show, we're going to be discussing arguably one of the movies that kicked off the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're reading certain articles, a lot of people say that if it was not for Driller Killer, there would not have been a Video Nasty scandal at all.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, this is the one that apparently, the front cover of this video is basically the one that kicked it off.
The most provocative front cover.
Oh yeah, this one is about as blatantly exploitative as a front cover gets. This one had the infamous person getting a drill through their head.
It's an action shot of just that. It's great.
It's great. So yeah, on this show we're going to be doing reviews of Driller Killer from 1979, Evilspeak from 1981, and Exposé from 1976. So, yeah, it's going to be a good one. I think this is one of the... Is this the last one before we do Faces of Death? Or
Yeah, it sure is.
Oh,
and I'm angry that I've got to watch that.
I've never seen it.
Haven't you? Okay.
No. Have you? Yeah, I'll take it.
If you like watching... I mean, we thought the animal violence was bad in Cannibal Holocaust.
Uh-huh.
This has got seal clubbing and all sorts of shit in it.
Oh, goody.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. I don't feel bad about my life already as a human being on this planet.
I know.
Slowly raping the Mother Earth for her own benefits. That a bit of seal clubbing will just cheer me up.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Can't fucking wait. So that's downloaded and ready to go. The uncut version. I can't imagine what the cut version's like because all it is a documentary on death. So I don't know. But I will find out next week just exactly what is cut out because I don't see what you can cut out of that without it not being a film anymore. But yeah, that's next week.
Oh, goody. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to take a quick break just now. Let's just get right into these ones. We're going to take a quick break. You're going to hear promos for shows on the network. At the end, we'll address our recent success again, 2 months in a row on Horophilia.
Oh, yeah. Pretty
We'll
good,
talk
mate.
about that at the end, but it's a satisfying feeling. But yeah, we're going to take a short break. You're going to hear promos. You're going to hear intellectual words about our first movie review, Driller Killer from 1979, coming up right after this.
Well, Gary, here we are. Somehow we made it through here.
What? Where?
We're in the sequel, of course.
Sequel? What sequel?
Well, Sloppy Seconds, the movie sequel podcast. Come on, get with it.
Oh, that's right. Our podcast is exclusively about sequels, where the budget is
Well,
bigger.
we don't actually have a budget.
Get away from her, you bitch!
But the action's more exciting?
I don't know much about action.
Hey, you got a line?
Sure, man.
Allow me, scum.
The babes are hotter?
Wait, there's babes involved?
How about some of this? So tasty and hard and firm that it just melts in your mouth.
Do the kills get gorier and more extreme?
Kills? Did we talk about this?
Never mind. So find Sloppy Seconds, the movie sequel podcast, exclusively on the Horophilia Network.
Because when all other podcasts are through, we're already thinking about part 2.
Just the title and the cover of the video were what made it such a notorious film. The film came out in '79, but Vipco released the video in '82. And I would have been, I guess, around 15 years old at the time. And I went and rented it from my local video store, attracted, obviously, by the cover, and thinking I was going to see something like a Herschel Gordon Lewis film. That was certainly the kind of film that I was expecting. And right from the first shot, which showed a man who I now know now, but I didn't know then, was the director, Abel Ferrara, walking into a church. I could see that this was something quite different from what I had expected to see, something much more intense. And I recall I was so impressed with that, but I was absolutely convinced this film was not originally called The Driller Killer. It seemed to me so sophisticated that I was sure it must have been called something else and had been retitled The Driller Killer for its video release. And I spent some time trying to find out what the original title was, but of course, as it turns out, it was The Driller Killer.
See Jimmy Lane as Reno Miller. A man driven to the very edge. And then beyond. The driller killer is coming.
Just a window.
Welcome back. So up first on the show, we're going to be discussing, like I say, the one that kicked it all off. From what I managed to check out from just various different publications, etc., the general consensus is that the front cover, the video case front cover to Driller Killer, which like we said, is pretty much an action shot of someone being drilled in the head and the blood cascading down their face.
As he screams in agony, yeah.
As he screams in agony, is what basically brought the whole thing to the attention of particular right-wing groups, which later took it to the authorities and got the law passed.
Okay. So we talked about Cannibal Holocaust being the poster child, but this is literally the poster child then.
This is, yeah. I mean, basically, whenever you look at any article which refers to the Video Nasties in the newspaper, you either got the cover of Cannibal Holocaust or you got the cover of Driller Killer. And that was basically what they latched onto.
But I suppose the name as well is probably what flagged it up, and then the cover just made it worse.
Yeah. You could have... I suppose, yeah. The Driller Killer, this sounds like, oh no, they're drilling someone's head. Oh, fuck.
Worse than we thought, shit.
So this movie came out in 1979. It was directed by Abel Ferrara, who quite an interesting director actually. After this one, this guy has had not a bad career.
I like some of his stuff. I like King of New York. I like Bad Lieutenant's good.
Mm-hmm. Miss 45.
Do you know what? I've got that and I've not watched it yet, but that is...
Oh, dude, you're going to love that movie.
Yeah, I can imagine that's pretty good from what I've read. It's
fucking great. I really, really, really like that. Yeah, he's He's an interesting director. He did Bad Lieutenant as well, the original, not the remake from a couple of years ago. He did the original one, which I really like as well. It's got really good performances. So
I haven't seen the remake, but it's Nicolas Cage, isn't it? That's put me off.
Yeah,
So-
it's actually not as bonkers as you would expect from Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
Nicolas Cage is playing more in keeping with the sort of role that he's doing. He's not going full Cage.
Right, he doesn't go full, not the bees! Because when I hear the words Nicolas Cage and remake, I fucking run a mile normally.
Not the bees in my eyes! In my eyes!
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. I mean, X, I love you over at Kiss the Goat. I love you, but I still can't believe you defend that movie. I just can't. No, can't do it. So anyway, Driller Killer, it was directed by Abel Ferrara. The movie's synopsis, as listed on IMDb, is an artist slowly goes insane while struggling to pay his bills, work on his paintings, and care for his 2 female roommates, which leads to him taking to the streets of New York after dark and randomly killing derelicts with a power drill. Yeah. This movie, I mean, that makes it sound a lot more sinister and dark than this movie actually is. And surprisingly, coming back to watch it for the show this week, and this is the first time I've seen this movie in fucking years. I think this might only be the second time I've seen Driller Killer.
Okay, I think it's only my third, probably, yeah.
Yeah, the first time I saw it was circa 2001 when I was working at the video store. I think it hadn't been that long kind of released out on DVD.
Okay, I think I caught it on, do you know the horror channel, the free channel in England?
Yeah.
I think I just caught it on there one night late at night. It was the first time I saw it. Which just shows how far we've come, because that's the Freeview television channel, and I think it was on in its full uncut entirety, on British telly about 11 o'clock at night now.
Yeah, and the beauty of the way the licensing laws work just now is it's actually out with copyright in America now, so you can watch it free on YouTube with no chance of anyone beating down your door and demanding you to pay royalties or money. It can be streamed free now. So so I mean it's just one of those things. The liability situation is long since gone. I don't know if that's the case in the UK. I probably doubt it. But yeah, the funny thing about this movie, going back to watch it, is how art house this movie actually is.
It's totally art house, yeah.
It really, really fucking is, and it can be a bit graphic when it wants to be. But what I really like about this movie, first and foremost, is the kind of the realism and the way the acting's handled.
Yeah.
I mean, the characters are really... If I did not know better, I would think that these were proper method actors and actresses in this movie.
See, I didn't realise until only a couple of days ago, and I was looking into this, that he is Reno, Abel Ferrara.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, totally didn't realise that. And he's great. I mean, I don't think he's really ever acted before, but I think he's so perfect for this role. He just does the weirdness to perfection. And I don't know if that's because he doesn't really know how to act. I don't know if it's just a happy accident, but for me, it's just perfect the way he plays that role. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, I actually really enjoy the kind of the journey that you go with that character and his descent into madness, basically, because there's a lot of, I mean, we get a lot of that nowadays when you watch certain movies. You kind of follow a character's eventual decline into insanity in horror movies when they're trying to cover this serial killers or whatnot. A lot of them feel forced. It feels like quite a bit of a jump for a character to go from what they're doing to this like insane level of madness that they go to, but the kind of downward spiral, the progression of the character in this movie is just perfect, I think. I mean, it's not as nasties go, this one is kind of tame in comparison to some of the ones we've already discussed, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't still have like a purpose. I'd like genuinely think of all the movies, this is probably the one that didn't really deserve to kick off the Nasties.
No.
But in the same way, I kind of imagine that someone sitting down who wasn't familiar with one, art house cinema, or two, kind of more graphic special effects, could see this movie and really think it was something overtly sinister just because of the way it's filmed. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that, but I can kind of see, I mean, that's the issue with a lot of art house cinema, is if you're not accustomed to it, it can do your head in. It can really make you feel, I mean, one of the classic examples is Requiem for a Dream.
I fucking love that movie.
It's a fucking amazing movie, but it's about as art house cinema gets. And that's kind of why it messes. That's why it depresses and upsets and gets under the skin of so many people. It's not necessarily what's happening on the screen, it's the way it's presented.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of almost kind of overt realism in the face at time can upset people. And I think, like I say, the way the characters behave, it just kind of carries on, bringing that forward. I like the gore effects in this. I don't think they're once again over the top. No. I love the fact that it is like, once again, 79. We've already had something like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I love the fact that it's power tools. I love the fact it's a drill. I mean, how can you think of many movies where someone's been killed with a drill?
Just one. In Stage Fright, she drills through a door.
That's right.
The killer drills through a door as the person's like holding it shut.
Yeah.
And I always remember that as a kid, because I watched Stage Fright really young, around a friend's house. I shouldn't have really been watching it, I don't suppose. And yeah, I remember that scene really well, where like he pins the person to the door, and then you just see their t-shirt like start swirling and get pulled back into them. But apart from that, no, not at all. I think the drill is a very underused power tool, because it's a fucking brutal killing implement, isn't it? Totally fucking brutal. Because I like halfway, well, about sort of half an hour into the film, like an advert for this power pack comes on the telly, this like portable power pack. And I think he's obviously been planning for ages. I really want to go and fucking kill people with drills. How can I do it? Because I need a really long extension cord. And then this advert comes on the telly, and he's so transfixed, thinking, oh, my problem is solved. I'll go and buy that. It's only $19.99. Awesome, and then I can just go wild. Like,
I can be a portable killer.
Yeah, I can be a portable killer. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as like the plot synopsis pretty much covers everything to do with the movie. So it's not the deepest of movies. It pretty much does what it says in the tin. In a lot of respects, like if you're watching something like Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, when you watch that, basically to synopsize that movie, it's you're following a man who is going down the spiral of becoming a serial killer. It's kind of the same idea here. I think, like I say, of all the movies we've talked about in the last couple of weeks, I would have to say that this one to me feels like a real legitimate movie. Like, you know, some of the other ones we've been watching recently have been parodies of, you know, of cannibal movies, which felt rushed and flung together.
Yeah.
This genuinely feels like the guy has had a really cool idea for a script. Yeah, it's a bit gimmicky based on the whole driller, even the name Driller Killer. It kind of sounds like the sort of thing that you can imagine him sitting there having coffee in some cafe and someone doing some DIY in the background with a drill. Maybe making a noise too much, you're too loud, and
he's got Taxi Driver on, and he's hearing drilling, and he's going, I'll tell you what, I've got a brilliant idea.
Yeah, just throw those things together, set it in New York City, because that's where serial killers are in the late 70s. In fact, pretty much all the way through the 70s, early 80s. I'm looking at you, Maniac. But yeah, I think
there is a similarity as well for me to Maniac as well.
Yes.
It's like even with the remake as well, I think. It's really similar to this. I really like kind of the gritty, grimy, dirty realism of New York.
Yeah.
See, when you think of New York nowadays, you think of this really like glitz, not necessarily glitz and glam, but it's a fancy city. It's like London, isn't it? You know, obviously it's got its kind of murky parts, but in a film like this, it just makes it look like it is the last fucking place you would ever want to go.
Yeah. How did I end up here?
Yeah. Fucking.
Yeah. And it plays a lot of part. It adds to the grit and the kind of realism of it. It feels like everything feels like it's been lived in. It doesn't feel like a set.
No.
It feels like everything's been lived in and occupied for a while.
Yeah.
And it's just, like I say, just small things like that, whether they're deliberate or accidental, just kind of sell this movie for me. It's I coming back to watch it, I really fucking enjoyed this movie. Really, really enjoyed it. It kind of makes me think why, after seeing it the first time, I didn't want to watch it more.
Okay.
And I don't know if that speaks to what 18-year-old Duncan was like.
Yeah, I mean, tastes do change. I appreciate stuff like this so much more.
Yeah.
Kind of a little bit older. Like I remember watching like Taxi Driver and stuff when I was a bit younger and just thinking, yeah, it was all right. But like, I watched Taxi Driver on Blu-ray about 3 months ago, and it's a fucking great film. And I think
blows you away, doesn't it?
Yeah, totally. And you need to be in that frame of mind. For a long, long time, when I was sort of in my late teens, I was constantly searching for hack and slash kind of horror films. Like when I first watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre at about 15, I was disappointed because I thought it was going to be Jason Voorhees with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. And that was a problem for me. But now that's up there with, I mean, on my other podcast, we're doing a thing called the 10 Club, where we're putting films that we think are like a 10 out of 10, a fantastic movie. Mm-hmm. Texas Chainsaw is probably going to be in there. And it wouldn't have been when I was 15, but now, and I think like Taxi Driver's another one, and this, Driller Killer's another one, where I think the older I get, the more I'm going to appreciate stuff like this. And
yeah,
the more shit you watch as well, because we are watching a lot of shit films
for this show. Yeah,
it makes you appreciate something like this. I think even more, and you totally get on board with why he's losing his mind. I mean, it says at the beginning of the film, "Play this film loud."
Yeah,
and fucking like, if I was playing it loud, when that band who live next door to him come on, I've got to turn the volume down because they are so annoying. Like, it's just the little things living next door to them, the whinging flatmates, the fact that he can't sell his painting, and then I don't know who the Lenny Kravitz wannabe guy is who comes round asking for the painting. What a knob that guy is. Just little things that are slowly tipping him over the edge. And when he finally kind of cracks, and it's not that late in the film, he kind of loses the plot about 40 minutes in, doesn't he? The first killing is pretty early on. And like you say, it's not much of a leap. You can kind of see it. And I think the way Abel Ferrara plays the part, and like I say, I don't know if it's a happy accident, because I don't know how good an actor he is. I don't think he's really done anything since.
Yeah.
Just that really kind of like hangdog look on his face, he's so perfect for the role, because I think at the beginning of the film he's not far from losing the plot anyway, is he? I don't think it's like he was totally with it.
Yeah. I think this is we are entering his life at kind of the breaking point. You get the feeling that this has been the culmination of several years of this. So.
Yeah. Did you know what Ferrara's first film was?
No.
9 Lives of a Wet Pussy.
That sounds like a porno.
It is hardcore porn.
Oh, amazing. Why? See, there's another thing. This guy, clearly, that's like the coolest fucking... It's not like Anal Disaster 24 or some shit like that. It actually sounds like a really cool name for a porno.
But apparently, it's very similar feel to stuff like to the other films that we've talked about, like Bad Lieutenant. There's a very you can almost tell it's an Abel Ferrara film, but it's just got hardcore porn in it. He's in it as well.
Yeah.
I really hope he's not in it as the star, because I don't need to see. But he is in the film. It might be a cameo, I'm not sure. But that's the first thing he did, and then obviously he went on then to do this afterwards. And there's quite a lot of our directors that have kind of done that. They've either started in porn or they've finished in porn.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing is, that's exploitation cinema by its very nature is exploitative. Yeah. So I can imagine that going that way. I can imagine a lot of them, being in a situation where they are surrounded by women with their tits out and stuff like that for visual effect, and then just going the next step to, well, we might as well just have them fucking on screen, basically.
All the way.
Yeah, it's still the next level of edgy cinema, even back then. So I mean, it's far more accepted now in today's climate for a director to say, I'm a porn director, or there was a reality TV show not that long ago, in the last 10 years, which followed a family of porn directors.
What's that?
One of these, I will find it. It's like Sex, a Family Business or something.
Okay.
And these programs are now, these things are more widely accepted. You know what I mean? But back then, if you were a porn director, I would imagine you would be ostracised or seen as being quite edgy and out there. So.
I mean, it's weird because people do kind of slip it in there. I mean, there's a bit of hardcore visuals in Antichrist, isn't there, at the beginning?
Oh, yeah.
just stuck in there just for shock value. I think it's purely for shock value. But there's a film that I was thinking the other day, because I have never seen this movie, and I thought, I'm going to wait because I bet it will be on the list, and it isn't. And that's Caligula.
You've never seen Caligula?
Never seen Caligula.
I think Arrow might put Caligula out.
They have, yeah.
Yeah, you should get it. I don't own the Arrow version, but I've seen it.
What's that like?
It's alright.
Is it not that good? No.
I mean, it's another great example of kind of pushing the social boundaries of. It's like a sexier equivalent of watching something like Sallow. It's like a sexy Sallow.
Brilliant, sexy Sallow. That's a 7 point. We'll get that straight on Amazon when I finish tonight.
Yeah, I remember seeing it, and I remember going, well, I'll add it to my Arrow collection. I was like, well, when I get to that point where Arrow's not put out anything in a couple of weeks and I'm itching for a purchase, I might pick it up for my collection then. I don't dislike it,
Do
but...
you know what I've bought just literally the other day? The Grindhouse 3-disc edition of Cannibal Holocaust.
Did you? I am tempted.
It's Region 3.
Tempted. Is it?
It says it's not. It says it's Region A, but I looked into it, and it's actually I did a bit of looking around on the internet, and it's actually Region 0. There is no region code, and it's great. It's I managed to find it on Amazon, and it was the last one they had. It was 15 quid.
That's fantastic.
And you get 2 Blu-rays, and you get the soundtrack, and you get like a booklet and all sorts.
Ooh, I might just pick it up anyway, because they've just put out the Beyond as well, and I don't know, or they're about to put out the Beyond, and I don't know what the difference between their version and the Arrow version is.
Yeah, because I've got the really nice collector's thing, the Arrow. Yeah,
I'm the same.
Case and everything, and that's great. So yeah, that's pretty good. And I can the cheapest I can find it now is 25, so I just managed to bag it. But I just keep an eye on Amazon. I'm sure it'll come up again for 15 quid, but.
Yeah.
The main thing is though, the hour-long the hour-long documentary that's on your Shameless edition isn't on there.
I wonder why that is.
Wow, for fuck's sake! But there's loads of other new stuff, loads of interviews, and there's like panels, like panel discussions with all the actors and stuff. So.
Yeah, I'll need to look into that, because they're putting out quite a lot of cool stuff recently. In fact, it's funny how many of these companies now are just running with this kind of idea that Arrow's been doing for forever.
For ages, yeah, because don't think there's a decent release of Driller Killer anywhere.
Not yet.
Certainly not in the UK anyway, so I was looking out for it.
I'm kind of hoping that something like 88 Films pick that up or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
They seem to be picking up the more obscure video nasties. So we'll wait and see. I'd like bringing it back on topic. Thanks, Andy. Yeah, it's definitely one that I would like to own on Blu-ray. I think it's actually I would go as far as to saying it is one of my favourite movies that we've covered recently. There's something about it that just kind of it grabs your attention.
Have you ever thought, going on the kind of American Psycho vibe, that it might be all in his head?
I mean, there's certainly enough in there that you could maybe take that away from it. You know what I mean? It never really goes down the road of actually hammering out the full on "this has happened," and the character himself certainly has a degree of psychosis that it could very well be.
Yeah.
And even if that was turned out to be the right outcome for the movie, I don't think it would lessen it for me, if you know what I mean. I don't think I would enjoy it any less, or probably enjoy it any more. I genuinely think it's, of the ones we've watched in the first 6 episodes of this show, one of my favourites. Really fucking enjoyed coming back to it. What about yourself?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it actually. I thought it was really good. I probably would buy this one for the collection, because initially when we first started doing this, I thought, right, I'm going to buy all of these films. I'm not.
I was the same.
I'm definitely not. There's going to be a few. I mean, obviously the huge collector thing is that people buy the original kind of big box versions, which I kind of haven't really got any interest in, because I don't even own a video player, and a lot of them are in Betamax and that. But yeah, I mean, any film that's really good that I kind of would want in my collection, I'm definitely going to look at buying, and this will be one of them when it comes out. Yeah, it was. I enjoyed watching it.
Yep, and I'll go as far as to say I'm afraid it's just a slap in the wrist from me.
Okay.
I don't, and that's not to take anything away from it. I think it is gritty, and I think there is a high degree of realism in the movie. I just don't think the actual content itself is anything on a level that would gain more than a slap on the wrists, and I would say it didn't deserve to be on the list.
No. Do you know what I was thinking? Like, just this is the kind of gorehound in me would have been a really good effect, because I was doing some drilling at the weekend, and it kind of made me think of it. Like, say you drill into something like wood, or I don't know, say something where the first bit you're drilling into is hard, and then there's something like soft behind you. You push in with the drill, don't you? And you get a bit of resistance. And then all of a sudden the drill like jolts forward. When I would have liked to have seen that when he was like drilling through the guy's head, because if you're pushing a drill on someone's head, it holds on the shot for far too long, where the drill hasn't actually penetrated. It's just kind of done the surface. And I thought you could have it really easily with like the way they do with the like retractable knives. They could have done an effect where they pushed into his head, and then you actually saw the drill like plunge into the brain.
Yeah.
And they didn't do that, and I think that would have been so easy to do that.
I think there is. I don't know what sort of budget he was working with visual effects, but I don't think it would have cost. I would like to think it probably wouldn't have cost that much money to do something like that.
No, and for me, it's been a lot more
and it would have.
effective.
I would have raised it definitely. In my opinion, if you'd seen a lot more of that, then it would definitely be community service. But
because I can imagine a really brutal version of that, like where the guy's kind of screaming, and then as it plunges into the brain, like his eyes go all crossed and stuff. And So if that was in it, I would have given it a bit of community service. But it's not. Obviously, for me, like there is something really horrible about being killed with a drill.
Yeah.
Because I imagine it's really fucking painful. But just the execution of it, you just don't see enough of that kind of brutality. And apart from the actual driller killings, there's not really a lot of other nasty stuff in there. So yeah, I agree with you, a slap on the wrist. And I don't think it should have been on the list. I mean, I can see why it was, because it's called The Driller Killer, and there's a picture of a guy having his fucking skull drilled on the front, so I can totally see why it was on the list. I just don't think it should have been.
Oh, there we go. So, I mean, that's the first one down. It's a high recommend from both myself and Andy. We did post an incredibly clear copy of it, which you can download directly on your PC, directly from YouTube. It was uncut, so get on that if you've not seen it. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about a fucking fantastically weird movie from 1981. How this ended up on the list is fucking beyond me.
No.
I mean, I genuinely don't have any clue. But it's from 1981. It's Evilspeak. You're going to hear some promos, more wise words, and right back after this.
My name is X.
And I'm Cootie.
Please consider us your high priest
and priestess
of satanic cinema.
Join us on our podcast, Kiss the Goat, which will drag your soul through some of the finest
and worst
devil movies of the last 50 years.
Devils and demons, exorcisms and possessions,
cults and rituals, dogs and cats living together.
Is that a devil movie?
Maybe. Sort of.
I don't know, babe.
We'll talk about it later. Join us on the Horrorphilia Podcast Network every other week as we don our hoods and cloaks and
kiss
the goat.
It's a hell of a good time.
I knew you were going to say that.
Of course you did. It's in the script.
The film stars Ron Howard's younger brother, Clint, who's also known as the star of TV's Gentle Ben, in a rather less gentle role as a bullied military cadet who gets his own back when he finds a way of summoning up Estebar the demon through his computer, and he then unleashes an army of wild pigs on all those who've tormented him. There's quite a lot of gory stuff in it. There's a football game using a severed head, and there's a very good exploding head at the end as well, and there's a very sadistic scene where the bullies slaughter poor old Clint's puppy. It's quite a fun movie. I think the Satanist stuff would have to be taken with a pinch of salt, but if you're into it, well, it's got Anton's recommendation, so give it a try.
Everyone's known a boy like Stanley Coopersmith. Evilspeak. He's the kid everyone used to pick on.
Screwed up for the last time, Cooper Dick.
Evilspeak. You see, everyone thought Stanley was a joke. An outcast with no one to turn to.
You guys broke my catapult. You're gonna pay for that.
No one except man's most advanced machine. Stanley used the power of man to call on the powers of evil.
I, Stanley Cooper Smith, command you! Oh my God.
And all hell broke loose.
Imbue these creatures with your strength and force. Let them avenge me.
Evilspeak. Remember that little kid you used to pick on? Well, he's a big boy now.
And welcome back. Okay, so film number 2 of the evening is Evilspeak from 1981, directed by Eric Weston, also known as Computer Murder. Best name. This was released in August 83, added to our famous list in March 84. Do you know who Anton LaVey is?
Yes, I do indeed.
Anton LaVey, head of the Church of Satan, apparently made it quite public that he thought this was essential viewing for Satanists. So when you were saying I haven't got a clue how this made the list, I think that's probably how it made the list. Because you know how people used to feel about Satanists in the 80s. Because it's very strange. Like, this film opens with almost like a satanic cult kind of vibe. And that's the last you see of that, isn't it? There's like a 2-minute opening gambit.
Yeah.
And then the film completely changes tone. It does a total 180. And I almost think, did the people that were viewing these films watch that opening 2 minutes, think, right, this is a Satan film, fuck it, get it on the list?
I think so. I think that's the likelihood is they never went. Because if you get past that,
Because
it
if
becomes...
you get past the first 2 minutes, go on, what were you going to say? Like, it's just not...
It's not like that at all. It goes off into, like, just a painfully 80s feeling high school movie, if you know what I mean. It kind of drops right into just all the tropes that you see right throughout the 1980s in movies which would never have been touched.
Because I was kind of confused because I knew this had Clint Howard in, and when it started off all like cult vibe, I thought, I can't imagine where he's going to fit into this.
Yeah.
Because I'd not seen this film before, and I kind of had no clue. I think I heard Johnny Krug talk about it, but I'd kind of forgotten what he said because I think it's one of his kind of really early episodes. So I was kind of thinking, oh, this looks all right when it first started, and then, like you say, it takes that massive 180. It's not the film that it kind of leads you to believe at the beginning it's going to be. I can't even really remember the relevance of that opening scene. And then we just kind of go to Clint Howard being tripped up on a football field.
Yeah.
I mean, he plays Cooper Smith, who's called Cooper Dick all the way through the film.
Which is, let's be honest, is a pretty lazy nickname for someone, even if you want to bully them.
It's rubbish.
It doesn't make any sense. Cooper Dick. How does that, you know... I would say if someone's like, oh, Cooper Dick, I'd be like, Cooper Dick, more like Super Dick. You know what I'm saying?
That's better. That's a good one. But I mean... Like, look at the guys who are bullying him. I mean, it's the dweebs bullying the dweebs, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
Who are one of them looks like Prince Charles. Like, another one looks like...
he does look like Prince Charles.
Like a grown-up version of Chunk. It's like, I can't... Like, who are you to be bullying him? Look at you. Jesus. Yeah. Look at the state of you. So... I mean, we, you know, it's just he's a nerd. He's getting picked on, and he finds a book, doesn't he? Or he gets given a book. And
That's right.
and he just decides that he's going to take revenge on these nerds. I mean, they're not really that bad until they kill his dog. I mean, as soon as a cute dog comes on the screen in a film like this, you think that's going to die.
Yeah, that's the first thing you think of. You're like, oh, what? Oh, no.
Yeah, I wonder how long until they're going to kill that. And then, like, the film, you know that the film is going to build to this, like, climax of him getting revenge on these nerds. It just takes fucking ages to get there, doesn't it? And it doesn't really happen until the last 10 minutes. I mean, the last 10 minutes are fucking brilliant, but you have to kind of sit through about an hour and 20 minutes of kind of stuff. I just didn't really enjoy the film until the last 10. What about you?
Yeah, kind of. This movie meanders a lot throughout the middle of it. I mean, there's a lot of things that I do quite like about it. I don't really understand the idea of anything to do with the computers in this movie, because I'm thinking of what it was like in 1981, and computers were not like the computers shown in this. No. Like by a long fucking way. I was born in 81. Let's put it that way, and it was years before I saw a computer.
I think when I probably got a similar computer to that when I was about 10.
Yeah, so I mean, it seems quite strange. The movie does take a very long time to tie up what we see at the beginning to any sort of kind of. There's no pathos, let's put it that way, for the satanic imagery at the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie.
Just anyway, I think
it feels like it bookends it. It's almost like they've made one sort of movie and they've bookended it either side with some Satan stuff, and I think that kind of detracts from it. This movie's incredibly harmless, like really harmless. I think it's painfully harmless.
And the most harmless one of that we've seen so far.
Yeah, it so feels like it should not be even. It so feels like it should not be getting discussed on this show.
No, I mean, for me, this is the epitome of highlighting just what a farcical kind of situation these films are in.
Yeah,
because the fact that this has literally got to the point where it's facing obscenity charges, and if you're found with this video in your shop, you could potentially go to prison. Is just fucking mental.
Well, this is what confuses me, because this movie is a prosecuted title. The ones we're doing just now are the prosecuted titles.
Yeah, totally.
So people went to court over these sort of things. People were charged over these titles.
Well, do you know what happens, right? For a film to get on the first 39 list, it literally has to be shown to a panel of jurors, and they decide whether it should be prosecuted or not.
Yeah.
So 12 people watched this, and they all agreed that it should be on the list. Who are the 12? Like, who are they picking?
Morons. 12 morons, clearly.
It terrifies me at the thought that I ever have to go up in front of a jury for anything in this country, because the general public, I don't know what they're thinking. Like, for me, this, out of all the films we're probably gonna see as well, this one is the most ludicrous. Like, it shouldn't be on there. I mean, I know we're kind of skipping to the end of what, I think it's
fantastical.
Pretty obvious. It should not be on the fucking list.
It's a fantastical movie. And while some of the other ones we've seen are kind of rooted in some level of realistic horror or realistic kind of grindhouse or exploitation, this one isn't. This one to me feels like a Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
And you sit and you watch it, and it's just a little bit too clean looking and a little bit too pristine looking for any sort of kind of grab that would make me think that someone would want to the thing that I would say is, like, you compare this movie to some of the horrific scenes that you see in The Beyond, right?
Yeah.
The Beyond deserves to be on the prosecuted list, and I would swap them any day of the week. And once again, I'm not endorsing censorship or anything like that. I don't believe in that. But when you compare these two, one is a horror movie, the other one is a goofy Hollywood movie.
I mean, just put yourself in this situation, right? It's probably a different bunch of people that have decided. But someone's watched this and gone prosecute it. Someone's sat and watched The Beyond and gone, no, that's all right. Don't get it. Don't understand. Like, the Beyond, they've gone, no, that one's not bad enough. But that one with Clint Howard, fucking string it up, like it's insane.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this. I did enjoy it. I thought, even though it has pacing issues in the middle, there is something quirky. I like 80s cinema. I really do. And the more ludicrous high school stuff I tend to enjoy just because it's ludicrous.
Yeah.
And this movie has a kind of fun vibe going through it. I don't like the fact to kill the dog, but I'm like that in pretty much any movie that kills a dog. But I understand it's a plot device, etc.
Weird, that, isn't it? Why do people get the arse when a dog dies? And I kind of do as well, but I don't really know why I do.
I think it's because, like, I think it's that rooted things that, you know, dog is man's best friend. You know, dogs are friendly animals.
It's the innocence of an animal.
Yeah, you don't eat dog. Well, we're not aware. Maybe you've had a Chinese or two, which has had dog in it. I don't know. But you know, you don't eat dog. Well, if you see like a pig die or a cow die, or something like that, there's a kind of, on some level, it's a, you know, this is for food sort of thing. Even if they kill them. Not for that intention in a movie, there's that in the background that we eat chicken, we eat, you know.
But that's weird though, because why don't we eat dog? Because some countries do. Like, I think we've got a really strange attitude in Britain towards animals, and it's a culture thing, isn't it? Because what's the difference between killing a pig, killing a dog? Apparently, a pig is like quite an intelligent animal as well. So if you're kind of going on an intelligence basis, if you find it easier to kill something that's less intelligent, pigs are pretty intelligent. And I get it as well, because when someone kills a dog, I think, oh fucking hell, don't kill the dog. Like, it's worse than killing a child for me. You know, killing a dog. It's worse than watching a kid die. Really strange, and I kind of don't really know why that is. I try and fight it in my brain, but I think I'm so conditioned from living in Britain. Like,
it's cultural. It's cultural.
Yeah, it's totally a cultural thing.
I mean, movies have, like, I have went from enjoying movies to fuck this movie, fuck this director. You know, if something bad happens to, you know, like a dog on screen. It's one of the reasons I really enjoyed John Wick. Is because it's the first movie I've seen ever that I think of where a character's dog dies and then the character goes out and reaps fucking so much badassery on anyone that was even fucking slightly remote to the guy that killed his dog. And part of me is like that. And that's what I'm in the back of my head. I'm like that. That's what I would do if you fucking touched one of my dogs. I would go through to my garage, which doesn't exist. I would take my sledgehammer, which I don't own. I would smash it through the concrete and bring up the case full of guns, which I don't have. And then I would wreak unholy fucking vengeance using my martial arts skills that I don't have on all these Russian mobsters, which don't exist where I am. So I mean,
awesome. But
totally,
do you know what? I did really like that film, right? I had a bit of an issue with the style, the way he was killing people. It looked more like a ballet.
Yeah,
and that was kind of cool. But my only problem with it is, right, I appreciated it in John Wick, and I thought that's a really interesting kind of different way to kill people.
Yeah.
I imagine there's going to be an absolute fucking waterfall cascading of
movies doing that.
Of movies now using that style.
But to me, that didn't feel all that far removed from... Have you ever seen Equilibrium?
Yeah. I didn't
that's basically what they do in that movie. They go around using Tai Chi art, shapes to use to fire their guns. So it just kind of felt like a more smoother version of that.
Yeah, almost like when the new James Bond came out with Daniel Craig. It's that style of fighting, isn't it? Like that really quick... no messing, which is the way you would fight. In a film, you don't have a fight where you hit someone 30 or 40 times. If you're a trained, 007 agent, you're going to try and take someone out in one shot, and if you can't, you'll take them out in 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's it. That's how these people are trained. They're trained to take down the enemy quick and move on.
Yeah.
All movement. I mean, that pretty much says everything about Evilspeak that we need to say.
Yeah.
We've found that we're finding ourselves drifting off to John Wick.
What made me laugh? Let me just say this about Clint Howard. I thought, at the end when he looks all mental, I thought, did he deliberately comb his hair forward throughout the first hour and 20, just so at the end, when his hair's all skyward, he looks proper mental? Because he does. He looks properly he's got such a massive forehead, but he covers it up for the first bit of the film, and then when his hair's all wild, it just made me piss. He looks like the guy from Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah. It's a really weird one. Yeah, it's one of these ones that, like, because I've seen this one before, and then I watched it recently again because they covered it on Kiss the Goat, a fellow podcast on Horophilia, and you need to, if you've not heard it, go and check out X and Cootie talking about this movie, because they review that movie far more justice than we do.
Well, I've been deliberately, any like other podcast that's been reviewing a film we're reviewing, I've been waiting till we've done it and then going back and listening. Like
it's a sensible move.
Yeah, like I went and listened to Mike Murphy do his one of Cannibal Holocaust. I thought that was a really good review. So yeah, I'll definitely go and check out Jeffrey's one now. Yeah, they said about it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, they handle it with far more finesse and focus than we do for this one. I just can't feel I can't muster up the energy to spend so much time trying to dissect a movie for the Video Nasties podcast that we have.
Yeah.
When I just genuinely think that this movie is so far removed from everything we've seen. And this movie is so harmless, it's unbelievable.
Let's just do a quick nod to it's just the honourable mention, I think, for the practical effects. Last 10 minutes were fucking brilliant. Something that's sorely missing, I think. And just going off on a quick tangent, I watched Walking Dead, like the first episode back after their kind of mid-season break. Which I didn't fucking think was very good. And I think there's more and more CGI. They're using less and less practical effects in The Walking Dead, and it's doing my head in.
Yeah, which is surprising because Greg Nicotero's like heavily involved with that, and
directs a lot of them, and I don't understand.
He comes from a special effects background, so I don't
he's
understand
like,
that.
he's like 1/3 of KMB. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, deplete your strengths, dude.
Because Walking Dead season 1 was like fucking. It was groundbreaking, some of the stuff they were doing.
Yeah.
And now, every time Michonne, like every time they stab someone through the head or something, it's bad CGI, and it's not even good CGI, and it's fucking annoying me because and it just makes me appreciate a film like this so much better.
Yeah.
Because I know practical effects probably take a lot more time and stuff, but it's great. Like
the payoff's better.
I do an air punch when I see practical effects, like the ones I saw in the last 10 minutes of this. And they're a bit ropey. They're not even like perfectly executed effects, but just the fact that they're practical makes me go, yeah, like brilliant. I want to see more. So for me, like this film is elevated higher than it should be in my mind because of the practical effects in the last 10 minutes. They're great.
Yeah, I think that's the once again the beauty of doing this show is the era that all these films came out in. As you know, it kind of predates even early CGI.
Yeah.
Which in a lot of ways is a bonus because like it can work so many different ways. Also, it does mean though in certain instances when they can't recreate something, they just kill an animal for real, which is questionable. But so I mean, dare I ask, is this another slap in the wrist then?
No, it doesn't even get that.
You've got to give it something. You've got to give it one of the three.
Well, I'll have to give it that then, but it's not even getting that. I don't know. I'd just give it a poke or something. Like it doesn't even deserve a slap on the wrist because a slap on the wrist. Yeah, poking the ribs. Because a slap on the wrist indicates that it's done something wrong, and it hasn't. Yeah. It's done nothing. So if this was out today, it'd be a 15 certificate.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It'd be a film that kids could watch. It's a slap on the wrist, and it's definitely not on the list.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. This is slap on the wrists. If we could go lower, I would advocate that, but we can't. We should have set something out like that at the start. We need to be consistent.
Late.
Definitely did not deserve to be on the list. Now, if you are taking count of what we've already discussed with our previous two movies, you must be thinking, wait 1 second, is Doing the Nasty about to release an episode with a movie which doesn't have a rape in it?
Definitely not.
And you would be thinking to yourself, wait 1 second, they've done it, they've finally achieved the unachievable, and they have an episode minus rape.
I've got the fanfare ready.
Yeah, guess what? Our next movie does. So we will one day we will have an episode where rape doesn't get mentioned.
So
Andy.
Close.
So close. So close. So we're going to take a very short break. You're going to hear another promo for show on the network. You're going to hear some learned folk talking about our next movie from 1976. It was called Exposé. And believe it or not, Andy, the only movie on the Video Nasties list that was actually filmed in Britain.
Yeah, we should be proud.
We should. Well, should we? Well, we'll get into it. We'll get into it. We're going to be right back to talk about that movie right after this.
There are many mysteries in this world, and whether you believe or not believe, we gather to explore the strange and unexplained, where the paranormal is normal and nothing tastes like chicken. We are Mysterious Boom! Exclusively on the Horophilia network of podcasts.
The real reason why this got pounced on by the DPP was because of the rape scene with Linda Hayden being attacked by two thugs. Those two thugs were played by Carl Howman of Brushstrokes TV sitcom fame and Vic Armstrong, who would later on become, well, James Bond's biggest stunt coordinator of choice. Originally titled The House on Straw Hill, it's got quite an arty look about this movie. There's some really nice shots in this. Very much of the day, of course, but you can see a definite Euro sensibility going on in the background. And that's one of the reasons why Udo Kier, the German star, appears in it as the lead author. Udo actually told me many years later that Exposé taught him one of the biggest lessons he ever had in his life. There was a point where Brian Smedley Aston, the producer, one of the reasons, by the way, why two of the characters are called Smedley and Aston, came to him and said, look, we haven't got any money, we can't pay you. Would you prefer to take the Japanese video rights instead? Well, of course, Udo should have said yes, because he would have made a fortune, but he didn't. He stuck his guns and said, no, I want to be paid. They finally got the money together, but he said from that moment on, he was always asked to sort of be paid up front by the producer. And that's the lesson he learnt from Exposé.
And welcome back. So it's time to talk about our final movie review of the show. This one was originally named Trauma from 1976. It was retitled Exposé for some reason. And House on Straw Hill, which I get the feeling they were trying to play on the movie Straw Dogs. I'm not entirely sure, but there was a kind of really... It's almost, this movie is like Straw Dogs if Straw Dogs was directed by one of the guys that directed a Carry On movie.
Yeah, or Franco.
Yeah. He just comes in there and says, you know what we need some titties.
We need 3 tons of titties.
There is a massive amount of titties in this movie. So yeah, this movie came out, like I say, in 1976. It was directed by James Kenelm Clarke. It stars the so sexy, I love this guy. Udo Kier's in this, just doing the Udo thing. The blood of these horses is killing me.
I thought you were going to say one of the women then. Oh, so sexy. Udo Kier. Oh, hang on a minute.
Yeah, it's it's, well, you know what I mean, it's Udo.
Didn't even recognise him. I said to Rachel, she went, who's that then? I went, Udo Kier. And I got up a photo of him when he's about 70. She went, oh, him.
Yeah,
so,
it doesn't help that they've
really young.
It doesn't help that they've horribly dubbed him.
No.
And taken away his German accent.
Yeah, I know.
Which is a travesty. If I could go back in time and meet that director, I would slap him in the face. You do not dub the Udo. Udo deserves to have the voice like this. The blood of these horses killing.
Legendary voice. Well, don't dub him. There's got to be a version somewhere where it's really him.
Oh, I hope
Let's track it down.
I hope so. That's the version I want to see because it'd be so out of place than his weird English accent. So yeah, the synopsis for this movie, as listed on IMDb, is a paranoid writer played by Keir is unable to get started on his second novel. He hires a secretary, and then his troubles really begin. So yeah, this one's a weird one, right? A weird one in that it's not very long, and not a lot happens.
Too long, to be honest. It's fucking too long.
It's I don't necessarily think the film is too long. I just think they could have done more with it. I feel that there's a lot of women playing with themselves on beds.
Yeah, mental. Happens about 3 or 4 times, I think.
Yeah, and it's and I have nothing against that.
No.
As a red-blooded man, I have nothing against that. I believe that masturbation is for both the male and female of the species, Andy. I'm just putting that out there.
True.
Duncan's preaching. But there's so much.
Testify.
Oh, my brothers and sisters.
Oh, good Lord, somebody say amen.
Oh, amen. I don't know why we've went off on this tangent. There's a really interesting story in this movie, and I just feel that we never really get to the bottom of it at all. We dance about it so much that I don't understand. I am very much aware that the company that put this movie out was known for their kind of adult comedies and all the rest, and this was them moving over into doing the kind of more gritty style of movies.
Okay.
Completely understand that,
Yeah.
but there's a disconnect between what story is trying to be put over in this movie and what we actually get, and on some level that is, I mean, that's a huge black mark against the movie, because basically what we have is a story which is kind of twofold here. We have this writer who is like it says in the synopsis, struggling to write his second book. His first book has been pretty much a success, but he wants to get the second book out to really kind of keep the momentum going, and we're kind of wondering why he's struggling. He's obviously, from what we gather, quite a successful writer. Why he's struggling to write this, and between that
weird murder-suicide episodes that he keeps having probably aren't helping him.
Yeah, it's kind of really fucking weird. And then on the other hand, we have this secretary who is overtly sexual, who is out one day walking in the field and raped by a couple of guys who have a shotgun, who she somehow manages to get the shotgun off the guy, kill one of them.
I don't know how that happens.
We don't know what she does to the other dude, because his face is all bloodied, so you would assume he'd been shot in the face, but it's a shotgun, so technically his head shouldn't be there. Right. Which confounds me even more when he appears at the end of the movie, because there's been a couple of days past since then, and I would imagine he would have bled to death. But anyway, let's not...
have you seen The Equalizer?
Yes.
When he does that awesome thing where he hits the gun with the inside of both of his hands, and he flips the gun round.
Yeah.
Did she do that? I don't know how she flips a shotgun on the guy holding it.
She's kind of suggestively stroking the shotgun shaft, right?
She is actually, yeah.
But even then, it's still it's a double-barreled shotgun, so it's quite long. She somehow manages to get it out the guy's hands.
Yeah.
Turn it round and shoot.
In the blink of an eye.
Which is weird.
I mean, is this technically a rape? Because I think she's consenting. On her face.
Right. I would say it's a rape. Now, the reason I would say it's a rape is because she's been held at gunpoint. However, I would agree with you. She's an overly sexualized character.
Yeah.
And she seems to be getting off on this. Seriously getting off on this. Now, that could be poor acting, possibly, who knows. She goes on to later star on a movie which doesn't make the list, but is a great fucking horror movie called Blood and Satan's Claw.
Okay.
Where she does a bit of she gets him out in that as well. So you have these two stories kind of overlapping, and what we ultimately find out at the end is that Udo had a writing partner, or had a friend who he's basically betrayed.
And this is supposed to be the twist. Spoiler alert, this is meant to be a twist, isn't it? Just never really, there's no gravity to this.
It's never really set up. What should be set up is the fact that the reason he's, one, struggling with writing is because, one, he never wrote the book to begin with.
No.
And two, he was the guy that led to his friend's demise. See if the flashbacks that Udo was having throughout this movie were of someone else dying and being killed or whatever, and then from a murderer who we don't see, and then it's revealed at the very end that he was the murderer. That's 100 times better than what we get in this movie. Because at the end, he's held at gunpoint while Udo's shaking like he's shaking Stevens.
Like a shitting dog.
Yeah, he's just like fucking shaking while she's got the gun. She reveals the big twist. You stole my husband's script and all the rest. And we were like, oh no, and Udo's begging for his life, and there's no cartridges in the gun. So she then opens it to look, and there's no cartridges in the gun, and she closes it and then tries to fire again, and Udo's still standing there shaking, and I'm like, Udo,
run Udo,
run or grab the shotgun off her, and I do not advocate male on female violence, but punch her.
You got to punch her. She was going to shoot him.
Just kind of putting it out there, self-defense. But he doesn't do that. He continues doing it. Meanwhile, the guy who was raping her appears and stabs her. With a knife.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the movie. So the rapist is still alive.
Yeah.
So we're quite happy the rapist is still alive. Cut to credits. Really? It's a weird movie. Like I say, in principle, I think there's a lot of it which, I think Udo Kier is a very charismatic leading man in the movie.
Yeah,
I think
it's hard to tell though. I mean, is he a good actor or is he just a really good presence?
I think his presence in this movie is really good. I think what detracts from the acting is the fact he's dubbed.
Yeah.
And the voice isn't Udo's voice, and a lot of the way he acts is through his voice. When you hear him speak, he emotes really well through his voice. He's got a really interesting sounding voice and a really cool accent that you get quite a lot of depth out of performances that he's in. He will be in another movie coming up, the Frankenstein movie we're going to be talking about. Udo's in that.
Okay.
So we'll see another performance with him where he isn't dubbed. So you'll see what I mean when you see, like, especially like his 70s, 80s roles. He's quite an edgy fucking kind of dark, twisted little bastard of an actor. There's just a lot of that gravitas taken away. It kind of feels like Little House on the Prairie after dark. You know? It just kind of feels like it never really goes. This movie just struggles to find its identity, I think. And in between trying to find its identity and splicing two stories together which don't really go, there's a lot of images of women playing with themselves. And that's really it. I think, it's a weird one. I don't think it's a terrible movie. I just think it's unfocused. I just don't know if the director knew what he wanted to do. He's obviously seen Straw Dogs and thought this would be a great idea to take some of the elements of that, bring it over and try and make some sort of kind of rural horror sort of home invasion style thing. But it's handled terribly. And then at the same time he wants to create some sort of murder mystery, some sort of Columbo-esque mystery in here, and he doesn't know how to do that either. The one thing he does seem to be able to do is very comfortably focus his camera on naked women touching themselves. He seems to have no issue with those shots.
No, he loves it. He loves all
that. What did you? You were bored. You told me this film bored you.
Yeah, I was. When the synopsis makes it sound really good, and I think I can't remember what Facebook page it was, but someone was posted. I think it's being released recently by one of the big, like we were talking about earlier, like Grindhouse or something. I thought, it looks really good because I'd never seen it. Yeah. And then the synopsis makes it sound really intriguing. You know, like this guy hires a secretary, and it all his life kind of all goes tits up, and it doesn't really. Like, it doesn't really live up to what it doesn't live up to what the synopsis leads you to believe it's going to be, because his life doesn't really go to shit when she turns up. Nothing really happens. He doesn't really have anything to do with her. Like, so it's like, well, that's not true. Like, the synopsis is a bit of a misleading fucking...
Yeah.
So, you know, it only really goes tits up right at the end when she reveals she's the husband of this guy who he supposedly plagiarised, and that's the end. Like, you know, I was expecting this thing where she starts doing crazy shit and she's fucking with him and all this, and it just never really pays off. There's no tension in this film, and there should have been. Like, the rape scene's just out the blue, and then she randomly just blows the guy's head off. Like, it's not like, I don't know, you could have had a thing where she's like masturbating, like watching him or getting her kicks off something weird, or but it's not. It's just her just laying there thrapping herself off just for the indulgence of the director, just so he can film a woman masturbating. I think, well, just go and watch some porn. If it's like, it had no bearing on the story. It didn't really add anything to her character, because that's just a normal thing for a woman to sometimes do. It's not a weird, do you know what I mean? They could have made that interesting, and they could have made that a bit sinister, but they didn't. It was just, I'm just going to show her doing that for a bit, and I'm going to show it about 3 or 4 times. Like, so everything just really fell flat for me, and I knew it was going to culminate to something, and I kind of guessed, you know, something was going to happen at the end, and there's just no payoff. Like, I'm just not interested. I don't care that he stole the thing off her husband. Like, there's nothing to make you care.
Yeah, it's not set up. It's not set up at all.
There's no setup, so there can't be a payoff. Like, for there to be a good payoff, there's got to be either an incredible twist where you never saw it coming. This is just, all right, okay, that's what it is it? Like, oh, okay. I was just fucking bored with this one. Like, yeah, I think I was just expecting it to be something else. And when I saw like Udo Kier in it, and I just thought, oh, this might be good. She's going to be really like fucking Glenn Close, and she was. I mean, she was a bit fucking nuts.
Yeah.
But just nowhere near as nuts as she could have been. Like, I just think it's a bit of a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, it's you spend so much time kind of focusing on the sexuality of her character. They don't focus on the fact that she is mentally traumatized.
No.
And that, you know, there's just small things they could have done in this movie, in my opinion, could have made it far more sinister, far more cohesive, and just a better movie. And they don't do it. And I don't know if you know this movie has been remade.
Yeah, I think I've seen it.
Have you? Because I almost shat the bed when I heard that it was directed by Martin Kemp.
I know. It's been on the Horror Channel, and it isn't very good. And I don't really know why they're calling it a remake, because it's not really similar. I mean, there's some similarities, but yeah, it made me piss. Martin Kemp, for any of the American listeners, Spandau Ballet.
Yeah, he's the guitarist in Spandau.
He's the guitarist in Spandau Ballet. I mean, to be honest, he's done a lot of good stuff. I mean, he's in the Cray Twins.
He's brilliant in that movie, though. That movie's a fucking phenomenal
in EastEnders, which is basically like probably one of Britain's oldest running sitcoms. It's just, I think, celebrated its 30-year anniversary. He was in that for quite a long time, and he kind of went out with a bang. He got killed, and he was good in that. I liked him in that. I mean, I don't watch EastEnders anymore, but I was
wondering where you were going with that.
I used to watch EastEnders like when I was younger, and I used to enjoy like the drama and stuff of it. But yeah, and he's turned his hand to acting, so it's only amusing because he was in Spandau Ballet. But I think he's quite a legitimate like actor and stuff. It's just that isn't a very good film. Yeah. This isn't a very good film, and the remake, which is I think a pretty loose remake, isn't particularly good either. So I mean, I'd check it out if you're curious, but I wouldn't recommend the remake. It's not great.
Right, so let's bring this in then. So this is once again is a slap on the wrists because there isn't really a grade law. And I mean, when we look at it, there is rape, although it's not handled particularly well.
No.
There is murder in the movie, it's not handled particularly well.
No.
And there is graphic scenes of sexuality for the era, which isn't handled very well. So yeah, it's a slap on the wrist. I don't think we can go any further than a slap on the wrist. And once again, didn't deserve to be on the list.
No. I mean, like I think I said in a previous episode, I decided in my mind that if there was any kind of rape in a movie, it would have automatically got some customer service, some community service.
Your call is important to us.
Yeah, please hold. But obviously, like I said on the previous episode as well, it's still got to be effective and you know, difficult to watch. And a woman kind of laying on the floor, you know, sexually caressing a gun while she's like, it looks like she's enjoying the sex. I mean, I tell you what, and this is just something that I remembered, like Udo Kier's girlfriend in this. If somebody was pulling those faces and making those noises while I was having sex with them, I would call an ambulance. That's weird. I don't know what she's doing. Like, it's just strange. So anyway, back to the rape. The rape is it's not a disturbing thing.
No, it's a guy's hairless arse on top of a fully clothed woman.
Yeah, who seems to be enjoying it. I mean, there needs to be something disturbing. There needs to be some kind of like violence. There needs to be her. You know, if she's traumatized, I'm traumatized. You know what I mean? You kind of. If there's something with the actress is doing to make me go, oh fucking hell, that's awful. But there's not. There's nothing. It doesn't evoke any kind of. It's just more. It's more just like a sex scene than a rape. Yeah. So yeah, slap on the wrist for that. And it shouldn't be on the list.
Yeah,
definitely not.
Yeah, definitely not. So we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're closing out the show after these messages from fellow podcasters. We'll be back right after this.
Banana Laser is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Hey, Wazelle, I think we should record a new ad for Banana Laser.
Great idea, Dave. We should say that Banana Laser Horror Podcast is hosted by us and Alex.
What? I heard my name.
I think we should talk about the retrospectives. They've been a pretty big hit. Fucking Friday the 13th, Saw, Halloween retrospective.
Yeah, man, I've heard people listen to that Halloween retrospective every October like it's tradition.
Yeah, you don't say. Well, I shouldn't be surprised. I do too.
You listen to your own podcast?
Yeah, our shit is that damn good.
Yeah, man, we should also say in the ad we hope to introduce horror fans to something new, whether it's a movie they haven't heard of or look at other films in a new way.
Yeah, we could talk about our walking through the 80s specials we did when we covered the 80s movies. We could talk about rolling through the 70s.
We could talk about you doing mushrooms.
Yeah, we can. Are you writing this down?
Writing? What are you two talking about?
Yeah, and the ad should say all the technical stuff too, like you could find our show and its full archive on horrorphilia.com, iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube. Is there anything else?
I don't think so. I think that's... Oh, hold on. We could talk about Banana Bites, because no one else does it. It's the in-between-isodes.
Yeah, all about horror news, releases, and of course with our witty opinions and observations.
Ugh.
Yeah, shit.
Perfect, man. I think that should do it. This new ad for Banana Laser is gonna be awesome.
Oh, that's what you guys are talking about. Can I be on it?
No.
Banana Laser wins every time.
Welcome back. So you've heard our 3 movie reviews of this evening. Hope you've enjoyed them. Do you check all these films out? Definitely check out Driller Killer. Evilspeak, just for the last 10 minutes of great practical effects, I'd recommend. And for me, I probably wouldn't bother with Exposé. This, I mean, like we said in the beginning, this is the only British film to make the list.
It's disappointing, isn't it? Really, when you think about it. It doesn't feel like a British film.
No.
I think that's the thing. It feels like... It doesn't feel that far removed from how tonally awkward Cannibal Man was.
Did you watch the trailer for Cannibal Man? Because I edited it right down.
Yeah, it's epic. It's on for like a year.
It's mental. It's like well over 3 minutes.
It's longer than most of our podcasts, Andy.
It is. And the way the guy is saying Cannibal Man, it's like it's some kind of nature documentary. Will you be victim to the Cannibal Man? It's just fucking lame.
But it kind of feels like it spiritually would sit up quite well alongside Cannibal Man.
Yeah.
if you know what I mean. It just kind of, I think Cannibal Man's a better movie, but I kind of feel it would sit quite well with that. And with you, Driller Killer is a must. I think everyone should see that movie. I think it's weird, it's strange, it's not graphic or horrendous, or even none of the movies tonight got more than a slap on the wrist, and none of them ended up on what we would class as our list. So that says pretty much everything about them. Driller Killer is the only one out of the three that I think legitimately feels like a really, a really good piece of horror cinema. Yeah. Whereas Evilspeak kind of feels like a good bit of studio horror, if you know what I mean. For cheesy 80s studio horror. And Exposé just feels like a chance for a director to see some titties. Yeah. Or as Johnny Krug would say, titties! So yes, that's another 3 down off the list. We are kind of building up a bit of momentum now. We are pretty much at the halfway mark. Almost at the halfway mark of the prosecuted list. Already, there are some heavy hitters still to come. And next week's show is doozy with Faces of Death. Oh, goody. Fight for Your Life, and Udo Kier making a return in Flesh for Frankenstein.
This Andy Warhol's Frankenstein.
Yes, this is Andy Warhol's Frankenstein. So very much, I've seen that one before, but very much looking forward to it again. Haven't seen Faces of Death and haven't seen Fight for Your Life either. So it will be interesting to see where it goes. I'm keenly looking forward to seeing if at the end of this one, do we have another? Does Faces of Death become another title to make the list, Andy? I mean, this could be quite interesting.
Stay tuned to find out. That's
the only one way to find out. So I think what we said we were going to do, and I think it's probably right to do this, is to thank the people that have been downloading the show. Horrorphilia posted its February downloads. And Doing the Nasty took positions number 8 and 10.
Yep.
And the top 10 downloads for that month, which is fucking insane.
It is. We're so new as well, aren't we? It's great.
Yeah, I mean, we're new. We're both podcasters from, not from that network. You know what I mean? It's, and I've had so many well wishes. I like to do a personal shout out to Alex Edwards of the Skeleton Crew and Unlistenable Assholes for actually coming on and saying, you guys are doing a great job, just keep it going. And that to me, because he's like, as far as I'm concerned, he's one of my peers when it comes to, he's one of the guys that I looked to for inspiration when I started my show, podcast Under the Stairs. So if Alex gives you the thumbs up, you're doing something right. So, and all the support we've been getting from Jason Lloyd's fucking fantastic. I mean, that man is juggling God knows how many shows over there, plus his own shows, plus his reviews and all the rest. That I can't thank him enough for giving this show a home. I mean, even only 6 episodes in, I kind of feel like we're established.
Yeah, it's awesome. Really.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. So, and we also, where possible, where I've been seeing them, I've been recently posting to the Facebook page movies that were on the Nasties list that are getting the old Blu-ray treatment.
Yeah.
So quite a lot recently, actually. Since I would like to think it's because we've been doing the show. That people are remembering to go check them out. So this week it was announced by Grindhouse releasing that they're doing Cannibal Ferox. Code Red in the States are doing House on the Edge of the Park.
Yep.
And obviously last week it was 2 weeks ago it was announced that Arrow in the UK and the US are putting out Islands of Death as well. So Island of Death's making its way out there as well. So tons of nasty things getting the Blu-ray treatment for you to spend your hard-earned pennies on. The only way you can keep up to date with what's getting released with these things and to see the movies when we post the links is to be on our Facebook page.
Yep.
I think that's like essential, isn't it, Andy?
Oh, totally. Come and join the page, yeah, definitely.
And it's
you've got the links up as well. It's worth mentioning, like on Doing the Nasty page is the links to all the films, so you can watch them for free before you hear us talking about them, or after, whichever you want to do.
Yeah. I think we have a couple of guys over there who are who are being quite diligent and going through the misery with us.
They are, yeah.
We appreciate it. We really do. So just thanks very much. Now, before I go, Andy, I feel that we need to pimp two things before we pimp our other shows. The first thing I think we need to pimp is the fact that me and you did a Legion quickie.
We did. Yeah, and that's doing quite well on the downloads as well, isn't it?
It is. It's surprisingly doing quite well. Yeah.
Quick one. What we're talking about, because obviously it's on Clown, isn't it? On this other Facebook page I was following, somebody sold their sealed version of the red box edition of Clown for £62 on eBay.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's how much they're fetching. Easy 50 plus, and the one that someone posted up, it went for 62.
I really wish I'd bought two.
Yeah, me
too. Really wish I'd bought two. I was going to buy two and then give away one as a prize on my show, and I should have fucking done it. Yeah. But yeah, so we did a review for Legion podcasts. It was a very quick review, 14 minutes, non-spoiler, and we talk about how much we actually really enjoyed that movie.
Good. Really liked it.
So you should go and check that out. But the big news to close out this show is that a certain Big Horror and Little podcast dropped an episode. The first episode in, 5 months? 4 months?
It's not that long. 3 or 4.
Are you sure? It's March.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe 4 months.
Yeah, I think it's closer to 5, but okay. not that I was counting, Andy. Right. And I got a chance to listen to that one, and well done, sir. I really enjoyed that episode. You did Dual Justice, and that's a movie that is criminally overlooked.
I don't understand why. It's fucking awesome.
Don't know. I think people just don't look at it. They just when they hear Spielberg, they think of all the other movies, and they sometimes forget that he directed that one. So yeah, it was excellent. So you should go and check that out.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Definitely, people should go into that show was really fucking good, and it was cool hearing. I mean, you talked about The Thing on that show. It's arguably the greatest horror movie ever made. Yeah. Just dropping that in there as if it was nothing. And I really liked your new segment as well, which is for all the audio folk out there.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds good. Is my new thing. Just talking about how good some Blu-rays can sound. Because everybody kind of talks about how good the picture quality is on Blu-rays, but they can fucking sound amazing. Case in point, right? I watched Into the Storm. Have you seen that?
Not yet, no.
Fucking shit. But in surround sound, it sounds fucking amazing. Like it's incredible. Like this is how bad the film was. I'd never seen it before. I was skipping through it to get to the storm scenes because it was that bad. It's like it's just terrible. There's not really any plot. The characters are bad. The acting's naff. They basically blew their wad on the special effects.
Yeah.
But oh my god, like the bass is thunderous. Like it's just incredible. Like if you're into stuff like Twister, it's just like a really amped up version of that, and it sounds amazing on Blu-ray. So they're the kind of things I talk about, just how good a Blu-ray can sound. So that's kind of my new thing. I can get lost in that. I'm going on now. So yeah. So and I listened to your show today, which was awesome. I'm a week behind, so I think it's your Johnny Krug show.
Oh, the Krug show is fucking epic.
I'm listening to that tomorrow at work, so I'm really looking forward to that one. And the one that's just been was great as well, talking to the guy doing the Midnight Horror Madness that I believe you're going to.
Yeah, I'm going to this weekend.
Is it this weekend? Oh,
yeah, this Saturday, starting at 11 p.m, finishing at 8 a.m.
The fucking lineup, right? It's like it's films of my childhood. Like the films that got me into horror. It's The Thing, Child's Play. I can't remember what the other one was that made me.
It's Halloween. There's Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween 3. I was like, oh man, I can't.
And Slugs, which is the follow-up from the guy that directed Pieces.
Yeah, from the Sean Hudson book, and like some of the practical effects in Slugs are fucking awesome.
There's one more movie still to be announced. Always announce a mystery one, and from the conversation I was having with them, I get the feeling it might be Scanners. And I just want to stress all these movies are on 35mm.
35mm, yeah. Like you talk, like that's if you're intrigued about that, like on Duncan's show, they talk about how he basically has to find these prints. Like he owns pieces, doesn't he? Because he couldn't find one anywhere, so he bought one.
I've seen that cut as well. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, awesome. And he has to like ship these in from America and just has to get hold of these 35mm prints. They don't exist anymore. You know, they're floating around, but like, there's no way of reproducing these. So he only gets hold of these movies by collectors and basically just fucking bidding on eBay for them and stuff, doesn't he? And oh man, so jealous that you're going to get to see them films in their original thing, in their original, you know, as the director intended. It's going to be epic. So you'll have to fill us in next episode about that.
I will do if I've recovered. But, yes, so the way to check out those shows, you can check out Big Horror and Little Podcast by going to Legion Podcast. It's exclusively hosted over there, so check out that show, Podcast Under the Stairs. You can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, or on Legion Podcast Network. Andy, would you like to say goodbye to our listeners, please?
Goodbye, listeners. See you next week for some Faces of Death.
Yay, I think. Right. Until then, please take care of yourselves. Thanks very much for checking out and supporting the show. Until next time, bye everyone.
Bye.
Nasty.
They were called Nasties, and they were nasty.
Some of the things that we've seen are so horrific.
These films not only affect young people, but I believe they affect adults as well.
An extravaganza of gory violence capable of depraving and corrupting those who watched it.
I have never seen the Video Nasty. I wouldn't. I actually don't need to see what I know is in that film.